Hey, good day, everyone. Thanks for taking time out of your Tuesday morning to join Jay and I over at Delaware Life. We have some very exciting news and product updates to introduce to you guys today. At first, I have some quick important information to share about what we do here at IMES before I pass it on over to Jay. And we're going to have a few polls throughout the webinar. And if you have any questions, just don't hesitate to put them in the webinar questions, and we'll make sure to get those answered for you today. And the first thing that I do want to highlight today is our commitment to delivering best-in-class customer service for our agents. One way that we do this is that you can always reach a live person during our business hours. Our number is always 800-255-5055. We're going to strive to answer your phone call with an IMES employee with 2 rings or less. Our new producer builders, or for those of you who are new to us here at IMES, these bonuses are available based on your production level in your first 180 days of contracting with us. We have great levels that you can qualify at, and as you can see inside each level, there are some great options for you. We've got incredible business building tools, personal perks for you, and even cash rewards available. If you would like to know where you stand towards your new producer builder, or if you'd like to have a conversation how to achieve that next level, don't hesitate to give us a call and talk with your sales director. Another business builders program that we provide is our referred producer program. I see a couple advisors on with us today that have already taken advantage of this program. Our business on the wholesale side of the industry is similar to yours in the field in that one of the best leads we could ever obtain is a referral from one of our valued producers. This is why we want to make it worth your while to refer a producer to us. And with that being said, when you do refer a producer to us and they get contracted, we're going to cut you a $50 thank you check. And then where the real money comes in is as your referral rights business, you're going to receive an override on that business. Our ownership team consists of Charles, Steve, Curtis, and Chris, and they sign checks for thousands of dollars every quarter. With that being said, if you can think of anyone that could benefit from doing business with our team, you can certainly type into their information to that questions box, or you can email me with that information. And then below that is our marketing reimbursement program, which is our most popular program that we offer. For every $100,000 in FIA premium, you're going to get $100 in your marketing reimbursement account. And then why this is so popular for our advisors is that we do consider this to truly be your money. You're going to have the flexibility on what services, when, and who you use these funds with. It is your marketing reimbursement, so we're not going to tell you what vendors you have to use. We will recommend some vendors that we partner with and leverage reduced rates and preferred service for you. And then we also have our creative team to create a marketing strategy and provide in-house services. So if you'd like to know how much is in your marketing reimbursement account or just have a conversation how to utilize it, you can give your sales director a call at our office or me, and I'd love to speak with you about that. Our back office support team is another way that we add value to your business. This is the core of IMES and how Charles Hearing founded us years ago in 1986. We want to help the independent advisor work smarter, not harder. And we're going to do that with our great business building tools and resources. Of course, advanced case design assistance, life and annuity quotes is an area that we assist with. We're going to get you those illustrations that you request within 24 hours, and usually within the hour after you request it, you're going to see those in your inbox. So submission to commission support is handled by our new business teams. Mackenzie is on the annuity team, and Michelle is the head of the life team. So they have fantastic teams who work tirelessly every single day to help you get commission quicker. We're going to scrub your applications, submit them on your behalf, and do the administrative tracking and get you updates on the cases as needed. We do this to ensure that you get commissioned as quickly as possible. This is a service that we provide to our valued producers and how we help you grow your business by keeping you in front of clients while our team handles that back office support for you. Our website, also known as our IMES portal, it's a great tool for our producers to use and another reason to work with us over here at IMES. Once you are contracted, you're going to have full access to everything you see on this slide and so much more at imesinc.com. If you haven't registered for the website, it is very simple to do so. And when we're done with this call, go ahead and create an account. We'd love to see you on there. There's a lot of great resources that are available out there for you to, including illustration tools, online forums, product grids, as well as product news, and then industry dates are out there for you as well. Technology is where the industry is going, and Luma is our newest partnership to streamline the application process. Most of our carriers are now on the Luma Firelight eApp platform, so you can go to one site to submit all of your business. There's some carriers that are going to eApp only for some of their product lines, and will also offer extra comp for utilizing the eApp platform. So make sure you get with your sales director before submitting a paper app if you can earn more by doing e-app. We do have a full in-house creative team. We can help you help your practice, and a lot of the items are turnkey and available for you. Many of our sales resources are white labeled, so you can simply impose your contact information and your business logos onto it. And then speaking of your logos, Agency Solutions is our expertise for our team. So if you haven't created a full customized brand for you and your agency, we can certainly help out with that. This is going to assist with your name recognition, which grows your natural market organically. And then lastly, our digital marketing solutions are another very popular topic around here at IAMS. We can help you with your websites, social media marketing, email marketing, and much more. The internet and social media sites are where the overwhelming majority of prospects go to for information. Just making sure that you're accessible and represented in those marketing lanes can be very beneficial to growing your business. Reach out to myself or one of our sales directors. You can give us a call when this webinar concludes to talk to them about how you can access our IAMS creative team, and we can certainly get that ball rolling for you. We also offer a complimentary marketing analysis for agents looking to explore new sales ideas and programs. Whether you're new to the industry or a seasoned producer, this free assessment can help you boost your business with insights on your website, digital presence, branding, and current marketing activities, as well as recommendations on trusted vendors for everything from lead generation to seminars and social content. You can reach out to your sales director or myself, and we can get that started. Our IAMS Wealth Management team, it was founded several years ago, and what we've done is grow this division of IAMS very organically. We've helped advisors become IARs and pass the Series 65 at a very successful clip. Once you have registered, we're going to get you a great value to your practice with an incredible competitive fee structure for both you and your clientele. We have a great technology and great investment platform. This has been a major growth sector of our business and assets under management. Could be a major growth sector for your business as well. So now talk about our next Life and Annuity Academy. I'm going to launch our first poll of today. Let me get this pulled up right here. Our next Life and Annuity Academy is going to be held in our home office in Omaha, Nebraska. It's going to be August 20th through the 22nd. And then here we go. There goes the first poll of the day. It's just yes or no, and that's would you like more information on our Life and Annuity Academy? So these are 2.5-day events. It's going to be held Wednesday through the Friday of August 20th through the 22nd. But we bring in top producers in the industry. They go over their sales spiels. And so it's a great way to learn from them. But we also bring in a lot of different marketing programs. So it's the marketing programs. It's a great way to learn new marketing programs that are out there in the business today and how to implement them effectively into your practice to make more consistent revenue, as well as just get in front of more clients overall. We're going to bring in a few carriers as well. And then, it's just a great way to invest back into your practice. So if you want any more information on this next Life and Annuity Academy, you can certainly answer this poll right here. Thank you for everyone that has voted. Looks like a little bit over half voted. So thank you for that. We're going to have a few more by the end of this webinar. And I'll keep getting going after this Life and Annuity Academy. We have some more trips coming up. I believe it's going to say, the trip to Quebec. So that just ended on June 30th. We do have a BT Queen. The dates have came out for it. And then we have a top producer summit that is now out. So if you want any more information on that, don't hesitate to give me a call. I'd be more than happy to talk to you about that. And then lastly, don't forget to follow us on Facebook or LinkedIn, and you can see that both of those websites right there. We have a lot of industry updates and just what's new happening at IAMS that comes out on both of those sites. And with that being said, I'm going to pass the screen on over to Jay. He has a lot of great information on, all of Delaware Life's new product updates, and we've had a great relationship. So it's always a pleasure working with Jay and their team over at Delaware Life. And then there you go, Jay. The presenter mode should be passed on your way.
All right, cool. Well, everyone, thank you so much for making the time today. I promise I only do this, and Jake only asks me when we have some value to add. So hopefully you guys are interested in some amazing, really amazing income product that's been top of market for what is now about 4 months. There's definitely some competition out there, which is great for you and your clients. But we've kind of entered the income market here, being known primarily as an accumulation carrier for like the last 9, 10 years or so. So just a little background on Delaware Life is we were the old Sun Life. We're totally fine with people referring to us as the old Sun Life. We were Sun Life of the United States, so we've been in this industry for 40, 50 some odd years, really. Been around a long time under the Keyport name, the Sun Life US wing, and then in August of 2013, we became Delaware Life. Sun Life exited the annuity industry, sold their U.S. wing. They're still around and prominent up in Canada, but we have just kind of taken over that whole book of business and have run it from there. So people that have been in the industry here for 30 years, we're not just some brand new startup. We are not private equity. We are just privately owned. So big difference there is, we're not tied to a private equity firm. So some people ask that. Across the board, we're very proud of these. We're A-rated carrier, so A minuses across the board. So very stable, a lot of history, seniority, innovation in the industry through the decades, and that we've invested heavily into our ops platform. So everything is in-house. There is nothing at Delaware Life now that is a third-party administrator. So we are an insurance carrier at the end of the day, and when Jake has a problem or you have a problem or you need something rushed, they reach out to a Delaware Life employee. We don't have to send an email off and wait for a response or anything like that. We can get things done much quicker, fixed much faster, response times. I mean, the systems, everything, all of our contracts are on, we own, are in our Delaware Life building in Zionsville, Indianapolis, and serviced by Delaware Life employees. So part of the maturation of the organization, but a big step forward in what our abilities are from product design to support. And that's all such a game changer for clients and advisors nowadays, for sure. So that is the Delaware Life kind of backstory. If you have any questions on that, feel free to throw anything in the chat. And Jake, feel free to interrupt me at any point, whatever. If I can address a question as it comes in, I'm happy to do so. But the focus of today, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just, whenever a question comes in, I'll be sure
Sure.
to.
Yeah, if I can add any clarity or anything, I kind of like to do these more as an open forum to make things a little easier for people to get their questions answered right away. So fire away if you got them. So TruePath Income replaced an income product that we had called Target Income, which had done pretty well for a number of years. It was a kind of an older chassis, so it was time to kind of sunset it and come to the market with a newer design product that kind of gives you multiple choices here. So this just came out on March 24th. So like I said, just shy about 4 months old, and we have done about 600 million in sales in it, which is amazing. And also as a testament to our ops team because they've been able to handle that amount of business coming in. We've had over $1 billion or plus, about $2 billion plus in illustrations run on it. So the timing was great. The design people have loved and taken advantage of it, and so far a lot of happy clients. So how this product works is you have to make 3 choices up front. First, you have to pick your income strategy. So the most common is the ready strategy, and how that works is you get a 25% benefit-based bonus. So that is not a account value bonus. That is a bonus on the income amount only. And then you get a 6.75% compounding roll up from there for up to 10 years. So the sweet spot for this product is years like 1 through 7. So if someone wants to turn on income after year 1 through year 7 with the bonus, this usually gives you the highest income. Or you can pick a build strategy as well. So there's no bonus on this product, on this version, but it's 9.75% annual compounding. So you can see with the annual compounding growth over a longer duration is really where you see the benefits. So this is top of market years 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Even though the 9.75 stops at years 10, even in the 11th and 12th year, we've seen that it is top of market. So step one is you pick your strategy. Step two is you pick your income type. The most common, which 99% are going to use, is just your level income. Fine, no problem. You set a specific amount, and you know exactly what it's going to be for the rest of your life. We also offer a rising income strategy as well, which is a little bit more tied to the performance of the indexes. So for someone who might be, turning on income in a younger phase, let's say like early 60s, then is going to have income run for 20, 25 years or so. This is something they might want to consider as well, because you might have, yes, you start with a lower payout factor, but it increases over time. So, it could pass what the level income would have paid out in 7, 8, 9 years, and then going forward, it's actually higher. So you give you two choices there. The other thing that you need to pick up front, and I want to be full disclosure here because I said three things. So you got to pick your strategy, your income style, and then you have to pick whether it's going to pay out on single or joint life. That is not something that can be elected at anniversary. It has to be elected at the time of the application, and that will not change based off of divorce or death or anything like that. Having that knowledge up front allows us to price the product as aggressively as possible. Flexibility in that sense can come with a price tag to it, so it's one of the reasons why this is one of the higher payouts. So I just want to be fully transparent up front on it, because we do get a lot of people ask about that. So this is the current heat map for the product. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. And if you've seen the heat map before, if you're 100%, that really means you're top of market. So for someone 58, turning on income in 4 years, this is going to price out the best. 66, turning on in 3, 4, 5 years, this product is top of market. So years 1 through 7 here are the this ready strategy here. Years 8, 9, and 10, and 11 here are the growth one with the 9.75. So you can see how impactful the growth one is for the longer duration and how competitive even in the short duration it is. So product is very well balanced for short-term, mid-term, and even long-term income currently. Of course, other carriers will move the needle and make it theirs more competitive as they see their sales come down, which they have, and they've responded in certain ways, but we are still top of market in a lot of spots. And when I say other carriers, I'm talking about Corebridge, Equitrust, F&G, Athene, American Equity. So our product, this is 61, and one example, 61-year-old deferring for 1 year. So turning on income at 62, our product's right at the top there. So just want to show you that. Ready strategy, as I mentioned, gives you a 25% benefit-based bonus. So 100,000 will be 125 out the gate, and then it'll get 6.75 from there. So really what it looks like after 5 years is 173 on 100 grand. The 9.75, you can see over the duration, once you get out to 7, 8, 9, big numbers, start with 100,000 after 10 years with the compounding 268,000. So big jump there. And that's why we get such competitive income, because not only is the income base aggressive, the payout factor is match and turn as well. So, there's a number of levers you can move with income products. Bonuses is good. Payout factors are very strong in the industry, and of course the benefit base from there. The rising income is pretty interesting, and how that works is it's tied to the performance of the indexes you pick. So for example, if you turned on income and your income was 7,746, and let's say you were in the S&P cap and the S&P was up 2% that year, so your account value would go up 2%, but your index, your withdrawal benefit base would go up 2% as well. Same thing for the next year. If the S&P cap went up 5% and the cap's I think 6 on this product, it would go up, your account value would go up 5, your index income value would go up 5% as well. Just like an FIA product, if they were negative, then the income would stay flat and then back up from there. So definitely something to keep in mind. It fits a little bit more, like I mentioned before, for that individual who's buying the product in their late 50s or maybe early 60s and turning on income in their early 60s, and going forward from there, because they're going to be taking income for so long. It's a good opportunity to raise their income over time to hedge for inflation by using this strategy.
And Jay, I got our first question of the day that just
Yeah,
came
far
in
away,
with
please.
that rising. Yeah. So we have an agent that asked, does this work well for someone at age 70 with a spouse at age 55?
So with joint income, we always base the payout factors, and this is how most of the industry does it, to my understanding, if not all, on the youngest age. So great question. So for example, I'm going to go in here, my products thing, or well, actually, I showed this to you right now. A lot of this information is also on. I don't know if can you see the Delaware Life for IMO page here, Jake?
I see,
Or is
I
it
still see the how rising income works.
okay? So it's not just tying it to the screen. No worries. So let me just pull it up here. I love that question because the joint income payout factors are based off of the youngest age. So yes, in that circumstance, if you had a 70 and a 50-year-old, you might want to consider rising income, because when they turn on income, the payout factor is going to be based off of the 50-year-old, not the 70-year-old. Now, the life expectancy of the 50-year-old is considerably longer than that of the 70-year-old, so the rising potential would be much higher over, in that circumstance, the 35, 40 plus years for that person. So yes, that would be a consideration, unless, of course, every client's different. They saw the level income amount and they said, okay, we're fine with that for the rest of both of our lives. So yeah, that would be a unique situation where rising you should absolutely consider. It usually ties to back into when you have a little bit more of a younger individual. Now it looks good, obviously, for someone who's 70 as well. If it was a single life on 70, the challenge is the crossing point for the level, and that is usually about 7, 8, 9, 8 years out. I mean, it could be much sooner than that if you have an index that hits hard in the first 2 or 3 years and you picked a participation rate and it does 25% return or something like that, which is out there, but it is doable. Then all of a sudden, the rising income is going to look pretty good. So yeah, great question. I hope that helps with the answer a little bit. So that's how rising works. Let me just pull this up here again. Sorry. Here we go.
And then Jay, to continue on that question, looks like
Yeah.
this came in. So when the 70-year-old passes away, does the same income continue for the spouse?
Yes. Well, yes, if they pick joint income. That's the one thing up front. You have to pick single or joint. If they pick single life and they based it off the 70-year-old individual, then no, income is done. The client, what's remaining would be left to the 50-year-old in this circumstance, and they could leave it in the product and use it for accumulation, or they could transfer it to something else, whatever's the remainder in there. If they pick joint life up front, we're going to base the payout factors on the 50-year-old. If the 70-year-old or the 50-year-old were to pass, the spouse would then have the option to either continue on with the contract and continue on receiving income, or they could still cash it out and take the full amount or transfer it somewhere else or whatever they want. But that's the important part about picking single or joint life up front. Because the joint life gives you that option for the spouse to do a continuation and continue receiving income for the rest of their lives. Any other questions on that, Jake? Those are all great questions, and that's something you absolutely want cleared up front. No, okay. All right, so we got you on camera, Jake. Thank you, sir. And payout factors, we just show it here by 5, but they're highly competitive. They're some of the best in the industry. So this product is very strong from an income standpoint, from an accumulation standpoint as well. We still have pretty good index options in there that stay very competitive. At the end of the day, this product is like our others. It's the same chassis as our accumulation product with a guaranteed income rider on top of it. So we use the same indexes that you'd get on one of our Target Growth 10. You got S&P caps, you got everything. I'll show you the rate sheet in a moment, but you have access to S&P caps, the intraday, Goldman Sachs, First Trust, Franklin, Templeton. So obviously rates and caps are a little bit lower than what we'd have on an accumulation product. But for example, the S&P cap is 6. The intraday participation is 50. They're all still very competitive compared to what I'm seeing out in the industry on renewals and what's being offered. Excuse me there, just need to take a little sip of water. So lastly, this product offers a doubler or chronic illness income multiplier. There's one significant advantage. So on top of all the income, on top of the accumulation potential, this has really been a game changer for us. This product holds the doubler at 0. So what I mean by that is it's driven by 2 of 6 ADLs. So it's not tied to confinement or anything like that. They can be at home and getting at home care. They just need to hit 2 of the 6 ADLs, whether they can't feed themselves, whether they can't go to the bathroom by themselves, those standard 2 of 6 ADLs. And the care can be at home, the care can be in a licensed nursing home facility, whatever they need. But with ours, we hold the 200% payout on the income, even if the account value goes to 0. The one caveat is there has to be an account value when you turn it on. So they could have been running income for 10, 11, 12 years, be getting, call it $20,000 a year and have $5,000 left of the account value. And then if they had achieved the 2 of 6 ADLs, we would bump that up to 40. Now, obviously, in the first year of using that 40, you'd wipe the account value down to 0. All other carriers that I'm aware of would then bring your income value back down to the 20,000 for the rest of their lives. Ours will hold at that 40 or that doubled amount for up to the 5 years. So you would get the 40, 40, 40, 40, and 40, of course, as long as they're alive, even with the account value at 0. Okay. Everyone else would do 40, and then once it went to 0, it would be back down to 20 for the rest of their lives. So big differentiator between ours and the competition out there. This is built into the contract. This is not a rider. This is a feature. So there's no additional cost for this. And I know one of your next questions is going to be like, well, does it come down if it's a joint life? No. It holds at 200%, whether it's single or joint life. In the joint life situation, it could be based off of either of the spouses. It doesn't have to be, even if it's single owned, it doesn't have to be just the owner of the contract. It could be based off of either of the spouses. And it's a one-time use thing. So it's not one income multiplier per spouse. It's a one-time feature on the contract. So if you use it once on one person, that feature's been used, you can't use it on the other. So something very powerful, huge opportunity for them to cash in, if there's some illness. A lot of people have been using it kind of like long-term care in a lot of ways. It's supplemental if one of the spouses or the individual does go into long-term care situation. Obviously 2 of the 6 ADLs will be triggered and they'll get guaranteed additional income for a 5-year window to help cover some of those costs. So very strong feature to round out an already pretty loaded contract and pretty loaded income product. Any questions on that? Nope. Okay, good. Lastly, here's a little bit of the eye chart on it. This is available ages 45 to 85, so this doesn't stop at 80. This product can be sold to 80 to 85. The minimum for it's 25,000. The large case exception goes up to actually 2 million. So anything above 2 million, come to Jake or myself, and we should probably get it approved for you, no problem. But you don't even have to ask us if you're under 2 million, which makes things a little easier for you. Um, in regards to something Jake and I were talking about before, this product is flexible premium in year one, so that's fine. After that, it's not flexible. But in regards to income, you can't turn on the income till after year one, because at that 1 year anniversary is when the bonus and the roll up are applied. So it's like a 35% jump actually on that time for the ready strategy. But you do have a free amount in year one, and we can illustrate how that looks. So if you had someone who needed income right away, you can still use this product, and it could still be more competitive than anything else out there, is what we found out. So you could be in a situation where they are, putting in $500,000, yet they need $40,000 in the first year. Well, they can put in the 500, take out the 40, and then, call it month 6, month 7, something like that. And we can illustrate what the income would look like after that withdrawal. And you might find out that the income based off of the $460,000 is actually better than another product out there after year one. So just keep that in mind. That's all available on our software, our illustration software. So we can run it for you, and you can see exactly what it'd be like to the penny.
Hey Jay, we got a question that came in.
Yep.
How is the doubler income taxed?
So all these products are taxed as LIFO. So I mean, if it's qualified money, then of course everything's taxable. If it's non-qualified money, um, the interest comes out technically first, so the taxable amount comes out first, and then you get into the cost basis, which will not be taxed. Now, your question is also kind of pertaining to what happens when the account value goes to zero and you're still getting income, whether it's doubled or not. Then in that circumstance, that money goes back to being fully taxed because it's seen as earnings because you have no cost basis left. You wiped out your cost basis. This amount is seen as, I mean, you beat the insurance carrier. You're getting free money, but that's going to be categorized as fully taxable in earnings because there is no cost basis left to apply to that anymore. Does that answer that question? Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I think that answers it to a T. And then another question would be is if the contract value has depleted to zero, will the
Mm-hmm.
income doubler still can it still be used?
So that's the one caveat with it. If the account value has gone to $0, the doubler goes away if it hasn't been turned on. You have to have turned it on while there is an account value left. And I mean $1. If there's $1 in the account, you can still use the doubler. If the account value does go to zero, then the doubler feature is gone. So I'm glad you asked that. I try and be as clear and specific on that one up front as possible because that one can cause some confusion. So the doubler is gone if it hasn't been used and the account value is zero.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So this product is available in all states already, except New York. None of our products are available in New York. We're not going to file in New York. It's just you need a whole nother company. Unfortunately, we're just not going to do it. This product is available in California. The only kind of asterisk next to California is they haven't approved the chronic illness waiver or the doubler for some reason. They seem to not want to do that or not like it. I don't know the thinking behind it, but the product itself with the income and all that is available in California. It's a 9-year product, in California, as you can see from the surrender charge schedule. So we don't change anything, like rates aren't different or anything like that. We just absorb the extra 1 year for Cali just to keep things simple, make it as easy as possible. So available all states except New York. California just doesn't have the doubler. So you don't even have to think about states. Commissions are, just like our others, to 74, 7%, slight reduction, 75 to 90, and a reduction 80 plus. But like all our other 10-year products, 7%. We are doing a compensation program, and this runs across all our FIAs. So if you sell a 5-year or a 10-year or whatever, it moves this vertical column here. So if you get $3 to $6 million in production with us, we'll retroactively pay you additional 25 basis points on all 5 and 7 and 50 on this. I mean, we have some people who've done $15 million worth of business, and they're making 9% on one of these sales because we're paying them, an extra 2 on all 10-year sales, extra 1% on all 5 and 7 accumulation sales as well. So that is, pretty powerful, pretty strong program. The other thing that I really, really like about this is that this grandfathers you in for the next year. So some of these people that sold 15 million with us did it in 24. And when they hit January 1st this year, they're already at this tier. So yes, their production in 25 will dictate what their 2026 looks like, but they're already starting day one at the 9% on 10 years. So really cool option that the grandfathering applies. So it's not like they have to run through this whole thing to get equalized up to what they were getting paid last year. They're already getting paid that out of the gates. Based off of what I know right now, we're going to continue using this program into 26 as well. So those individuals that do, 10 to 15 million will be making 8.5 on each one of these sales, or 9 or whatever, and that'll carry forward. So extra compensation abilities out there. So feel free to talk to Jake about some of that stuff if you have any questions. But yeah, look, we reward for loyalty is really what it comes down to. It's really nice. Our renewals have been very strong. For the last 10 years, we've been in the FIA space. So 88% of our renewals, including the S&P cap and PARs, have renewed at or within 90% of the initial amount over the first 5 years or so. So something we've pride ourselves on. It's taken a lot of time to build that up. So we're not just going to give you good caps day one and watch them fall out of the sky. That is also really ties to our larger capped products and participation products in the accumulation space. So that's kind of how we approach that. We know the story of certain products where you've had a great rate to start, and then all of a sudden, it's cut in half within 2 or 3 years' time, and that's a tough conversation for you to have with your clients. And we pride ourselves on hopefully you never having to have that conversation with your clients with the Delaware Life product. You can have it based off of other carriers. So that is our, the crux of our conversation today. We have really top of the market, top tier 1, 2, and 3 in most sections income product. To balance out the portfolio suite, just some recent news here. Our Momentum Growth Plus product here, which you have access to, is a 10-year accumulation product. We just increased that to 10%. 10%. We just increased that one to 15%. So you have a Momentum Growth 10-year accumulation product with a 15% bonus. We got our Prime Start bonus product, which is a really neat one as well, and that has a 10% bonus. 5-year, 5, 6, 7-year straight accumulation, 10-year accumulation, and strong income. So our entire portfolio is well balanced. So once you get comfortable and you start using us, we should fit 99% of your needs, other than maybe some niche products out there that you need something very unique for, fully understandable. But with the current portfolio we have set up from our MIGA, 5, 7, 10-year accumulation, 10% bonus product, 15% bonus product, top of market income product, you can see how if you start using Delaware Life, you can really start moving. I clicked on the wrong one, sorry. Really start moving this. Where'd it go? Sorry. Really start moving this vertical needle here from $3 to $6 million in sales, $6 to $10 million, because every FIA sale counts in this program. So really, that was where I wanted to spend the time today. I know we should have an hour scheduled, but I know at 40, 45 minutes, that's usually where we start to lose focus and all that, myself included. I want to open up to see if there are any other questions or if there's anything else you had of myself or Jake.
Yeah, I don't see many questions that came in since the last one, so it looks like everyone on
Sure.
today are Delaware Life experts. I will
Yeah.
launch a poll on if you guys would like to get more information or get contracted with Delaware Life. So feel free and get that poll answered. And then, just to touch on what I've been seeing, just running any illustration quotes, anything deferred 1 year or over lately, Delaware Life, 99% of the time is going to be at the top. And then, to get that top income payout as well as a doubler for both joint and single annuitants, it's very, very rare, especially a great product. So I'd be more than happy for anyone after this webinar concludes. Give me a call and let's talk about some income plays and where Delaware Life fits in. I'd be more than happy to. And always a great partnership with Delaware Life. Great team over there. Great response. Thank you again for everyone joining and answering these questions. Looks like we have 100% saying yes, that you'd like more information or get contracted with Delaware Life. So I'll
That's
for
good
sure
news.
reach on out to them. That's really good. Is there anything else you'd like to include, Jay?
I just would say, thank you guys for your time. I know it used 45 minutes, so hopefully there was some value to it. Hopefully you can see another advantage and value that IAMS offers you. I know Jake and his team are super supportive for you. We are here as well. So, turn on the camera here. Thank you for, making the time today. It's nice to meet you guys. And if you need us, feel free to reach out directly too. You got great support with them, but we're also here to make your life as easy as possible. So appreciate you.
For sure. Well, thank you again, Jay. Thank you for the partnership. And then thank you everyone that joined today. Jay and I appreciate your attendance and I want to get you on with the rest of your Tuesday. Thank you.
All right. Take care.